Right. Yeah, disappointed in the loss. Thought we gave ourselves plenty of opportunities. I thought we had a couple of chances in the last couple of drives that we didn't take advantage of. We lost the turnover battle really for the first time, so thought that was a big difference in the game. But yet there was, a lot of positives, particularly early in the game. I thought we did some good things. It was nice to see Jimmy had a couple of nice catches, contested catches. I'll open it up to questions.
Do you feel like you needed to see those contested catches going into this game?
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that we've said this, that, we don't have to see it every day from these guys, particularly the veteran players, but yet at some point we have to see it. So, and we saw it tonight.
Yeah, does it kick from 50 way more heavily than one from 60, just given that that's probably a more common player? Is it kind of just all?
I think it's all encompassing. He nailed the 50-yarder, went right down the middle, and then the 60-yarder just hung it out to the right, a little bit, had plenty of leg. And look, I mean, percentages of 60-yarders aren't very high in our league, but yet I wanted to give the kid a chance to see what he could do, and he just missed the kick.
Dennis, were you pleased with Brian Brzez's activity in that first half, just how he was?
Yeah. I thought he was active in the game. I don't know what his final stats were, but I did think he was active in the game, both in against the run and with the pass rush. So I thought I saw, looked like there was a couple of good things I saw at Isaiah Foskey also in the game. So look, we got some tough decisions that are coming up. We got a lot of good football players on this team, and we got to make some decisions over the next 48 hours.
Dennis, are you where you want to be after 3 preseason games?
I don't think you're ever where you want to be or where we need to be. We're in a race to improve, getting ready for the opener this, here in 2 weeks from today. But there's a lot of positives with this football team right now. But yet there's certainly some things that we got to improve on.
How pleased were you to see the penalties in particular plummet down?
Yeah, it was much better. It was much better in the game. I think we had one false start, and I think that was I think we took too long at the line of scrimmage and needed to kind of get into the flow a little bit and get the snap going. So, but I thought that was a step forward.
How have you just seen Jimmy kind of progress as he's gotten more snaps and gotten his legs under him and all that?
Yeah, I think really probably since the Charger practices, I started to see some signs of the mental picture that I have of Jimmy Graham, and then again I saw it this week in practice, and I saw it carry over into the game. So that was a positive.
How do you feel Isaiah Foskey's kind of progressed?
I think he's getting better. Yet he's still a rookie and still has a long way to go. But he's made significant strides from where he was, in OTAs and even the first part of training camp. So, and look, that's what you want to see. You want to see a guy that every time he gets an opportunity to go out there and get more reps, you see a guy that's getting more comfortable in what we're asking him to do.
Dennis, how difficult is it going to be next 48 hours?
Well, look, this time of year is always difficult, and probably more difficult this year, and that's a good challenge to have, a good problem to have, knowing that we've got a lot of good football players, and we'll go through this tomorrow and have some significant meetings to talk about it, and we'll pick the right 53 for this team.
More difficult than others just because you have a lot of guys for a few spots?
Yeah, I think we just got a lot of good players, and you can't keep them all. So there'll be some tough moves.
Will you guys do everything on Tuesday, or will it be kind of?
Yeah, we'll discuss it tomorrow and see where we're at.
I know for Trevor Penning tonight. Is that kind of just a sign that you've seen that you need to see?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we've seen some improvement out of him, and I think where we're at right now with where he is, and then, you know, you kind of take into account that, you know, last year in the preseason, in the last preseason game, he was injured, you know, so I felt good about where he was at and didn't want to risk putting him out there.
Dennis Traquan Smith was back on the sidelines with the team. Where is he at in his rehab?
He's getting closer. He's not full go yet, so but he's continuing to rehab.
How do you go about evaluating something like that with some of these guys that maybe you don't haven't had a lot of exposure to dealing with injuries this offseason?
Well, look, I mean, you know, some of the guys, you know, you've got some, you know, significant exposure to in terms of past experience, and then you got to go back to what you saw early on in camp, and yet, you know, gave some other guys some opportunities to try to impress. So, yeah, I think we'll look at all that and we'll take it all into consideration, and you know, we'll make the moves that we think are best for this team. Okay, guys, thanks.
Thank you.